Yay! It's working. Yeah, I went in and literally straight after, and you can see now. You can actually. Yes, it is empty, but it is fillable. I've waited for so long. It's still not quite right, but this one's nearly right. So it is. It's a. I like it because it's smaller than the Giant's Monster one. Because that's real beautiful. Although for once we've actually got. Yeah, we would actually have room for it on this particular farm. So right, we've got. First of all, let's get. We do need to get like the. Well, I suppose we could afford the animals really now. I think it's this set of doors. I think it's this side. No, it's the other side. Yeah, it is where the milk and that is. I remember actually. It's this one, not that one. So yeah, a little bit. I think it's the first. Oh, it's in the middle. You can do it at either door. Fantastic. So I think we're going to go. We're definitely going to go because of their special ability. And we're definitely going to go for the 18 months ones because they're sort of almost, if you look at the price of them, they are half price really. Not exactly, but almost. Almost, definitely. And that's not why I go for them. I like the ability that they've got to something which in a way I found out through modding because it sort of shows you stats. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. But so yeah, I think we'll go 50 and we'll literally do the... Yeah, because I'm thinking, I think we could afford... Do we just... No. Look, it's just sell the excess animals now. That's what I'm thinking. So let's actually... Yeah, you can actually do this with your mouse wheel. It's an awful lot quicker. It's not... I mean, I wish you could type it in. You really should be able to. Yeah, I think we'll do it. I know it's going to... So well, the chickens are cheap, so we can afford them too. Yeah, let's grab the food. So we really need, although I bought the Red Rock, our ability to unload in hours is sort of second to, and I do realise I was looking in editing, I was thinking, I thought you were swapping your wheels for normal, for standards. Right, let's go grab hours. Yeah, it is true. It's a push. Obviously this raises, which is no good for in there if you're trying to do what I'm trying to do. That's a point actually, I've not done this how I normally do it, have I? Yeah, I've not... Yeah, let's grab the other one. I don't think I started everyone's engines either, my bad. Oh, I did definitely start this one, definitely. So this is the thickness, it's sort of just about there. When it gets cropping though, I always find that you sort of... It's almost like in life, when you've got something like this, that it sort of makes, I normally do the oh, I know why I did it, because it's in the middle, so it's sort of going to be worse for the... But you know something, I think that's a bad place, being as it's like literally seconds. It's more important, the one thing that you really need to do a lot is like feed the cows, and I put it normally right out here leaning over the door. Now then, it has got to be the right side. I think it's the other end. Right, let's just have a look. Yeah, I do this by design because I don't mean it funny, but you can spend. I did actually on one in a bit of testing. Actually stuck one inside. You can do that, but there's no real need on this particular enclosure. It's really good because it's like straw and feed place is just like inside the door at the other end, which means if you like put a feed bin, you can just leave the trailer straight outside and it'll just scrape it, and it literally will. Yeah, and obviously a push like this is perfect, which is again why I like this, although I usually go the other way, which is more sensible. This time I've gone stupidly the wrong way, because this is a push and its mouth is at the back, so I need to do the complete opposite way. Lots of chatting, automatic pilot and all that. So we need to just... Yeah, basically, because obviously the trailer length, its back end actually goes in to where you need it to go. So if you do a better job than I just did there... Oh, I've done that thing where you ram it and it then like... Let's just try. I don't know that it's... Yeah, you know when you're scraping, you're trying to pull out, even going straight, it doesn't like it's scraping against things and it won't let you pull it out. Yeah, it's that Those moments where 1 second takes you a minute to pull out. I don't think it's... No, I am well and true. I'm going to have to reset. I'm not going to faff around. I usually faff around for ages and then... That's what a reset's for. The game is definitely not perfect. And it, yeah, that's true actually. I've also got to I always forget about it. It appears to be the tractor if it's connected to the tractor and it won't appear. So you need to like... Reset. Yes, Venus, I've been such a wally. These things happen to the best of us. It's one of those things really. Let's just see if we can fix this. And like, it's typical. I'm actually really looking forward to this because I'm really looking forward to see how that new production is actually doing. I'm really quite proud of it. It's yeah, it really is. It's, to me, it's sort of a sign about your modding's, you know, you've learned a lot, because like the things you're doing on this one you couldn't have done at the beginning, and it sort of like shows you that you have grown as a modder. We've got plenty of growth still to go. Yeah, there's next big thing is animations. So many projects that I've got that are stopped from me doing them properly because I can't do animations, and it's sort of like being fairly obvious to me that I can do it as well. Lambo shows in a couple of his videos how to do animations, although he doesn't show... He's a typical expert. Someone who's really good has always got to remember that you're not teaching people who know, like you. There's a lot of things he does where he shows you sort of, but doesn't show the steps, as in... yeah, I'm not explaining it very well, but I know what I mean. It is true at containers. Yeah, he is. He's a cracking. He's a cracking modder. He is a good teacher, but like obviously there's certain steps he's missing that really would be better if he sort of did. It's just no, this is the best place really. It's. I have got a mini feed one now as well, and I think it should be in the game, but it's not. I don't know that it could do this terribly well. It's like. So I just want to go into the, yeah, that's what it hiccups. That's a barrel. And oh, gonna have to do it that way then, won't I? Land not owned by you. My bad. My bad. Yeah, we know that. We're not worried about that. But it's weird with giants. If it's like, yeah, you sort of are gonna partially. It's a good job I never want to get in that door again. I do like to play this realistically though, so let's do it like that. If we've got to come out slightly, then we've got to come out slightly. Let's just see if that is right and it's not leaning over the... it's partially... no, I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's not ever settle for like... yeah, let's do it again. I really don't like that. So it was a little... it's more like that. B mode should be a little bit better. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, so start filling TMR and don't straight away. You see, if you're in that position, you can also, I think the straw you can get from here as well. I'm almost positive the amount of times I've used this now. I do like the new icons, yeah, the logos. That's better. I knew I wasn't quite saying it right. Oh, we don't want to consume that then, because I can't do the straw then. So let's let it fill, and then like that'll do. I think there's enough. Yeah, there is. I think there's enough room for me to do. He says. Yeah, the trouble is you can't ever tell with that kind of thing. Oh no, I think I'm right. Yeah, that it'll just about be just under top, I would say. 136. We could do another 30 tons. So we'll do 20. Because I always manage to do it wrong. Editions too exact, or exact by 1,000, or yeah, every single time I like do this and I go for exactly what I say, I always manage to. It's weird. The one thing I was impressed with yesterday on the last session was I thought the worker on the field's going to be finishing soon. And I went, and the second I went, it got the message to say the worker has finished their job. And I'm like, well, that goes to show, you know, I often talk about this uncanny knack I've got of like knowing, we all have got it, the timings thing, but I listened to my inner voice, and I was just got this like thing that I think it's done. And sure enough, it was. On the second I listened to the voice, you know, we've all got like a watch inside the head, basically. Your brain, especially as you get older, is terribly good at like knowing times, how long an hour is, how long a minute is, how long a second is. Subconsciously, I'm talking now. Yeah, I am. So I think I should be able to get one more, and then it's about 20 odd tons. But it is true, I often laugh about it, and that one I was like, well, that was like on the ball. But you literally listened, and the second you moved, it said the worker has completed his task, and I thought that is uncanny. It really is. Right, so about 15 tons we'll just put in. That way I've got a bit of room for manoeuvre if I get it wrong. And then we'll go grab some wheat for the chickens. We only want 17 tons of wheat, so we really don't want to go mad with this. So then we can't feed the no, it is wheat is now, and we want just less than 17. Yeah, that'll do. I'm not risking like me not. Yeah, we'll always have to come this away. We will grab a little trailer, the little BI Industries one, specially for this, because it's a tip, it's a side tip, and it is perfect for this type of job. I mean, I've got one doing this actual job on Oak City for the cows. It manages quite well, actually. Yeah, it's sort of one of those things where I always think I need the 50 tonner, but actually you don't. On Oak City, he managed quite well with the little one. So you can put food in before. And we want to do the chickens, and I'm hoping this has improved a little. Yeah, I had a few. Farmer Bob, I cannot say how much Farmer Bob helped. It is down here, actually, yeah. How much Farmer Bob helps, so we'll grab, with stressing really important things. I would say, we'll say 7. Yeah. And then we're going to like buy, let's do the mouse work, because it's so quicker. We'll go, I think, for 100. They actually breed and like get to adults so quickly. I just don't think they'll grow. I enjoy seeing the chickens grow because they're like special. Yeah, 5,500. Yes, brilliant. And now that you've got the selling, why has that gone back to being inside? Why is the nav mesh inside? I deliberately did that outside. So why are you like? That's a bit odd. Yeah, deliberately I've got them literally wandering outside, so somehow the nav mesh is like being naughty. Or I altered the little one. I'm sure it was the big chicken coop, but yeah, but the big chicken coop, we've got that on Reezy Forest and they are outside, so I don't get that. That makes no sense at all. I'll have a look. I might have done something by mistake. It always is that you've done something literally by mistake. Now it's going to rain in a bit. Right, now then. Now for the... Yeah, we'll let this one be the... Now, this is a little bit... This is why this particular dolly, I had it in FS25. It was a bit temperamental. And it is still a little bit temperamental. I think that's why I took it out. And then I gave it another chance later on once I realised it was Sariga. But it doesn't matter who makes it. If it's, yeah, it does, all that type of thing. It's one of those mods that's very reactive to everything. It's a little bit finicky. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. This is why I've made this a little bit, because we like keep on. No, we won't do it with this one. Yeah, it's wandering. Look at it. Sorry, Sariga, I'm not trying to be nasty, but it's a bit wandering, mate. It is. As much as I admire your modding prowess, and I really do, this is not quite right. Oh, you want to be just like pulling level. and we want to leave, we just want to reverse. Yeah, look at it. It's sort of going to cause issues by going into things, but it's ooh, okay. It's I'm gonna have to like do it like that because it surely can't wander any more than that. Oh, my life, it wanders without me. I thought it was me, and I was in like the proximity of the tractor, not me, but oh, another thing. Yeah, there are certain bits where like having the bits of like earth are a bad idea. One of those is when you're loading. Definitely, I noticed I was like going into the ground and it was causing issues, and I thought you need to get that painted for next time. So let's listen. Well, we've got opportunity. What's this sort of bit where we're actually doing something, and we will also do. And we don't really need it, but we will actually run over this with it. If I get a minute this session, I'll sort of just finish that. So it looks a bit like we meant to do it. Oh, it's still doing that. Yeah, so it's grass. It doesn't seem to be very nice. I think it's just asphalt. Let's do small. Oh, why is that not going smaller? Change cursor shape. So if we're going to change brush sizes. Oh, N and M. Why is it not reading my N? Is that N is smaller? It is. That's. There we go. That'll do. Yeah, it'll correct itself, right? So, I need to have this on though. That's the trouble. But it seems to cause more issues if you're on, and it like goes, oh no, don't touch me, don't touch me. So, apologies. Me, my dad, and my daughter are all terrorists for like adding sound effects and like like being in the. My dad was a terror, and it's a It's yeah, something that becomes infectious, like doing like sound effects for like an inanimate object talking. It's I apologize. Yes. Oh dear. Right, so yeah, now this really is, as I said, only got that hitch that works for. The other one is for a pass-through, but it's not quite. I didn't get a chance. I did do one thing. I made it higher. It marginally. Gordon Bennett. Marginally higher. I think you still need a little bit higher than that. I realised, though, when I was actually doing the alterations, that I couldn't really alter. Yeah, I was going to alter the weight, and I thought you can't do that. It's then going to alter all the catch-up heights and that. All you can do is like literally raise it, and I thought, yeah, don't raise it too much because then your tractor's going to. I'll do this one bit by bit. That's definitely better. I'm not actually dragging in the floor all the time. Obviously, the floor is very up and down, so I will. Yeah, this is going to take a while, but I'm probably about the same as last time. So I'll lower you. And we want to say my words, and let's get this job done and get some money earned, because we're right down to 96,050, but we have got our animals, so that's the main thing. Is it? No, it's lower. It's uneven. That's why I can't go any lower than that. I'm just letting you know. I'm not trying to be. Yeah, I'm not trying to be awkward or anything. It's just the game will not let me. Yeah, it was dragging on the floor a lot. This was, or it's not now. Not like it was yesterday. So. Right, so I'm going to say my words. Let's get this job done, get a bit more money earned. And yeah, I can see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, I think that must be it. I was just sort of gonna like give a bit of a tip with this. It's sometimes better, although it doesn't look perfect. You've got to go to the right. It seems to have a bit. It can not grab things to the right of you, but it always grabs things to the left of you. If you like, you've got to like go to the very right hand side of like putting your tines in it. I'll sort of show you. If I drop this down now and look, imagine there's something on the left of me like there was earlier. When I like drop this down, if I go to the like normally in the middle where you would really want to go in real life, it will grab the one to the left. You've got to like basically stick it right to the right hand side, and you'll just get away with not grabbing the thing on the left, about there. And also another tip with these is don't have them right to the back, especially if you're trying to do what I'm doing where you're sticking things on a trailer. It's it really does assist if you like do. Well, I'm quite pleased with that actually. Yeah, I'm glad we split it into two though. I mean, yeah, it was so heavy. I mean, even the vent was like really struggling because, of course, I wasn't going mad going across the field. It's the fact that you've got to face a certain way because obviously I'm only putting 2 layers on purpose. Having used these before, if you go like 3 abreast, you've then got to go 2 different ways to actually get rid of them all. So you've got to go. So you're facing. Yeah, so basically the best way would be really for me to go at the end here and then hook out so that when I go past the sell points and the self-marketing, that I literally am facing that on the left close. Oh, actually, I'm doing it wrong. No. That's how I did it the way I did it last time. I've actually completely. I need to go from inside the field to actually get this right. I might get away with it, yeah. But I am right. I actually did it right. Yeah, but no, I think I still chose to go the wrong way. So really, this is just as wrong as the way I did it yesterday. But at least I'm not dragging across the field. Yes, it is. This is just what I remember. It's still a bit funny. Yeah. So really, ideally, you would have to like pull out and hope there's no wally overtaking me. Because like, you know, people should know that wide trailers need wide things. But yeah, then of course you get like some ones like that like really just think, yeah, we'll just make it difficult because we're programmed by giants. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna ram you. You're in danger of ramming. You absolute AI programmed very poorly. Let's get it right. Yeah, now this is where this causes major issues, and it's worth spending 18,000 on a thing because that's causing me major issues now. I'm having to compensate for a bit of equipment that's like not. I don't want to slag Sariga off because I don't believe I've got a lot of respect for his things, but this is not his finest hour. No, I had the same in FS25 and it is the same thing. This is why it's coming out of my mods, because you one time like this and you think, oh, it was hell, and that's what modders have got to remember as well. If your mods, that's why I'm like not releasing mine until they're really ready. It's still not working right. I need really to. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go just straight, even though it's gonna go horrible in the field. If people have a bad experience from your mod, whatever that is, that's what they're going to remember. That's all they will remember is the bad experience they had with your mod, and they will never do it again. That's what I'm saying. It's you've got one chance to wow people, and that's to get it right. Even if like you know, like it takes you a long time to test. This is really for modders now. It's true, because all of us as players, I know, having been a player for a long time before being a modder, it really is. There was a game-changing, could have been a game-changing mod in FS25. And I agreed with, I watched the Looney Farm Sim guy. He was really good. I love his mod reviews, so let's be careful. We're going to go eat the drink. He's really zany, and I just really like. I think we need to go back a bit more. Right, smashy. And he said, "Game changer ? or could have been a game changer, question mark. And it is true. Ooh. Do you know, you're absolutely lethal. You could see I was going in there, you absolute poorly programmed AI. Immovable object, you. Oh, my life. I do keep the traffic on because it keeps you on your toes, but I've got to be honest, they are like real nuisances. I mean, I know, don't get me wrong, I know what is involved in programming, so I'm not having too much of a go, but yeah, it is true though. People will only remember the pain your mod has caused in situations like this, and that's such a shame, really. Right, we ought to, because we're not going to need this for a while. We could need to go down the shop with it, but being as it's such a pain, we need to like put it in a place where we need to like pull straight off and let it go quickly, because the more you leave it, the more it swizzles. I think it might not even like the trailer. It might be as simple as that. Honey is starting to spawn. Excellent. It is. I've got to be honest. I tweaked it a little. It's but I tweaked it based upon one premise. Oh my life! It's gonna. Oh, that's ridiculous. Talk about getting me into grief. Oh, I see you're gonna hang over the drink just to make it interesting for me. Thank you. Thanks, Sariga. I forgive you, you made the TBS, but Gordon Bennett, that is, yeah, it's got to go. It's got to go. It's worth an extra 12 grand for my peace of mind. Don't need any more grey hairs. I really don't. Alright, so then, beautiful. We've done our animals, and we have done, yeah, I think we did it was just that was left. Yeah, I mean, that's really crap. This again won't go in the shed because it's too big. It needs a shed of its own, really, as I have done on Oak City. Yeah, this and the in fact the very same ones that we've got, yeah, those are both in their own dedicated shed. So we'll stick this here for now. I mean, we can afford extra sheds, we know this, it's just space. Sure I've stuck that in the right place. I did deliberately leave a bit of a run through. I suppose we'll put another one of those straight above it. But you need a bit of manoeuvring space in yards as well. It's not just about sheds. This is what I talk about in the English maps, where they just shove shed after shed after shed after shed, and there's no room for move. You're like, what's the use in having sheds if you can't swing around or put anything in them? They just look. And don't get me wrong, you can shunt, but that means it's going to be a nightmare for you every single time you load and unload a piece of equipment into that shed. That's not a good place. You're setting yourself up for one day a bit of a disaster. Now then, so then, I think we checked this. Yeah, we did. We've sorted everything. I know I'm not ignoring the stones. It's just no way of dealing with the stones at all. Now that everything is... We could sort of be clever here and set the fertilizer spreader. I think I prefer to do one with front and a back 3-point link. Stick you right there. Stick the WeFo. There's a few disadvantages to the WeFo. I realise this, obviously having used it quite a bit, but it is still nevertheless. Don't know that. Oh no, it's standard piers, that's right. I do really need... Yeah, nevertheless, for someone who has not got a front lifter, or the ability to have one, it really is very good and does get you out of a pinch. So there's a few little tricks that you can do on a proper front loader that you can't do on that, it's all I'm saying. Right, so then, animals, we're going to need to be over there, aren't we? We could leave the red one over there, the red tractor, because he's not got a front 3-point link. That doesn't mean to say I won't ever bring him in. We are going to need that trailer as well. I think we'll ask the store to deliver as a little trailer, but especially for that, because we're going to need those for other things as well. So let's grab. We should see some manure in the manure as well. Oh, they are coming out. Oh, brilliant. So perhaps when you first put some in it, I don't know, it's not quite right, but I will get it right. Yeah. So then we want one of the little trailers, because it's... I mean, well, because it's... Yeah, I don't need to test this either. This is obviously just a Giants convert, which means really I had to do nothing. Well, actually, no, that's not true. I didn't keep it as it was. It really is BI small trailer. It always catches me out because of it's black to start with, so I don't know why. Alright, so we do indeed want that exact thing. Fantastic. And then we want to, like, get rid of that straight away. And we need to set this on left-hand unload. Actually, no, it's right. No, we can do it left. We've done it on lots of others. I would imagine we should be able to get away with the chickens this morning. I would imagine. Yes, yeah, definitely. Doesn't seem to make much difference if there's 500 or 100. They still about go down roughly the same. So we want left. Left is the quickest. That's the only reason I'm doing left. Yeah, it's quicker than anything else. Actually, it is the right side if you do it this way, which of course is the way you do want to do it. Because otherwise it's outside. Yeah, you're the wrong way. You need to... oh, wow, its filling's a bit generous, isn't it? I just said they all are omatonuses too, so... Right, so we want to go... TMR. You go. It's only, yeah. It's about right. Yeah. It literally is. It's like a stone throw. You can actually do the. Let's have a look. You see. Yeah, that's about it. We're about field, so we'll just let that field. We'll need to worry about the straw for a couple of months. Fantastic. Yeah, we'll leave you hooked up. Fantastic. Should be spot on. We should. We are, and it is actually inside. Unlike my new one, where it's like, yeah, you're supposed to have an occluder where you're not supposed to see outside. Now my occluder's, for some reason, although it's smack bang in the middle of that, which you can see when I place it, it still lets the occluder lets it out, sort of, and you can see it bleeding out. I don't understand that, because you can clearly see when you drop this down that it's in the middle of the wall, so really should work, but for some reason it's not quite right. So I don't know what that's about. I've had multiple goes at it, and I think that's when I probably unticked the thing that should be ticked. That's at least we've ticked it now, and you can unload it. So yeah, I looked at the model. The big one works. Yeah, but it's the little one that I did something on it. So we've got a little bit of them coming outside, but not a lot. We need to fix this. We've got chickens hovering inside. That's the only trouble we're doing that. That's why before I had the nav mesh completely outside, because otherwise you get them doing that, where it spoils the illusion of like reality, because they're going into the wiring, whereas before they were all just outside, and you had to imagine that there's a little door on the side that lets them out. That's the point. I could probably add that now. When I first did this, I didn't dare to do blend it. I could make a little door there, like a little tiny house thing that gives. Yeah, I could do that. I could indeed do that. I will have to have a go. Right, so that's the animals done. Let's go through till April morning, where we are really going to get busy. Are we going to... I think what we'll do is we'll get everything ready now. So get everything filled. What are we doing? No, we've got it's 6 meter, haven't we? So let's get everybody. So actually, I've just said we need, but I think we're going to need him as well. We're going to need everyone this morning. Definitely need everyone. Yeah, but he's going to have to feed the... Yeah, true, actually. Yeah, so apologies for the dithering. Yeah, it is true. I'm going to have to, like, refeed them again in the morning, so... we'll use these two to get everything ready. We've got some seeds as well, which is going to assist being as... Oh, we're not skint anymore, though, are we? When I was talking about being skint, it was yesterday without the realisation that we've got an absolute shed load of, things to buy. So we want... We'll leave... Because, yeah, we'll leave the oats till last, I think. We could sort of set the oats going in a minute, actually. If we just fill this and fill a front box. Oh, great. Yeah, so this is actually ready to rock and roll. Straight away. So if we stick this just like that, and like that, somebody can start with this straight away in the morning. What we could do is a clever person would actually set these going with oats today, because it's, oh no, you get that thing where they grow wrong and all the rest of it. So we either do, I suppose we could split it. Let's get this done today. It's not going to make much of a difference. Let's grab seeds. Oh, of course, these are just seeds. That's right. So we do need a fertilizer spreader. Let's grab these two then, and look, we will set these going straight away with the standard worker. And I think I'll course play it. There's a bit more control, is all, because they'll do as they're told. They'll go on the outside. The workers sort of, I suppose the workers do now. But they're a bit finicky. They always want to go to the same spot and things like that. A bit of a pain. Yeah, we'll use normal workers. I'm quite happy. Right, fantastic. We want this on oats. Let's remember that straight away. We'll set this all going, grab the other one, and we'll go into a very brief time lapse. I think it's probably the best way to do this, really. We're going to beat you always. So like indicates. Let's be realistic. And let's go. It's going to take a while, isn't it? Up, down. Yep, that's nice. And go. Alright. Apologies for the state. It's a big field. It's going to take a while. It is indeed. Yes, this is not for the little 4 meters. There's 2 though, it's 8 meters in total, so it's not going to be too terrible really. I think we'll borrow that box. It's going to not take very long to fill it, is it? It's got seeds. It will soon change its mind that it's not going to be once it realises. And I hook up to the other seeder. Fantastic, excellent. So then I need to get my other special harvester ready to make sure it's actually working. Right, so grab some more seeds. Yeah, I don't need to. I'm going to say I'll keep that as a reserve. We do need it. Have we not got a fertilizer spreader? I think we bought mine, and obviously it's changed, as in like it's been called something else. Like, there's no way we didn't fertilise fields that first time. So I'll let us buy one. So we're going to need that. We'll set the other tractor going with that. That's what I think. He'll finish way before we do. Oh, this has got the rope thing still. It has. Yeah, all of my other models, the rope, because it was annoying. You hit the rope, yeah, it's solid. It's because I've basically chosen the shape as a, let's do diesel as well. Yeah, well, I stopped doing it because it was causing too many issues. Let's close that. Let's set this going, and we will grab the fertilizer spreader. No, we don't want to eat, so let's do this because I know what I'm like. Not the first time anyone has watched the channel that I've like put the wrong thing in the wrong field and had 2 things going on. Not always my own fault. Sometimes that's a beautiful plan so that you could stick multiple ones together. Although it is brilliant, it's also a menace. It is. Right, let's tell you. You can do the headland, then you're not going to like bump into your brother. So we want to start with headland on, and then we want to click OK. Which still doesn't tell it to go, so yeah, right. Let's go grab the other one that is down here, and we're going to go into a time lapse. I think, yeah, I will get there, because this really, we should have it on the farm. I could give myself the cash back, but they are so reasonable that, you know, I'm not being nasty. I'd sooner err on the side of caution because I'm not 100% sure, but I can't imagine me not having a fertilizer spreader. So we're going to go with the BI Industries, my beautiful little thing that this was a struggle to do. Still got a while to the size of where that is, but at least it's on the ground now properly. This was a mod that I almost like gave up on because it was so hard. For me, mathematically, I was struggling with the work area, with like how it works on a fertilizer spreader. I know how it works, but what I mean is trying to make it work. I was really scratching my head, and it was one of those things where I was like almost going to give up, and I thought, no, come on, we can do it. We did manage, but only with the help of another modder. Being totally honest now, yeah, I couldn't figure it out. So I looked at a very, very similar mod with exactly the same width as mine, so that narrows the field down to people knowing exactly what mod I actually use. So we want fertilizer. We'll keep that other as spare. That is a point actually. Do we need to lime? I never look. I didn't look at that. Oh, the new field needs liming. Okay, well, in that case, we shall set a standard worker going. I'm going to take over the... In fact, I suppose I could do this. It's just as important to do this as it is anything else. So yeah, I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. difficult, I am going to say that I will allow a few minutes, literally just a few minutes, whilst the rain is here, because it's not like harvesting. It is got to be until the soil got really cloggy. You could do this. It's just started. It's not even heavy, so I'm going to like do this realistically, like you would in real life, where just finish that last little tiny bit off. So I think there's still quite a bit to do. Be careful, you're going to go over the edge of the field. Let's just get these two little bits of lines missing that I actually missed. And I think that will assist. I think there's quite a lot on the left still to do. So we have finished this bit, but I'm sure that it's sort of started in the middle of the field, which means there's a lot still to do here. Yeah, there is. Right, I'm going to go back into a time. So I just thought I'd explain. Not sure if we'll finish it, but in a way we've got to. It's true. It's one of them situations. But I've got to be honest, for seeding, it's nice that it's like this, but it would get a bit choppy in a few minutes. If, again, it's not very heavy rain though. If this was like torrential, in about sort of 5-10 minutes, this would be unworkable, really. Like that. Yeah, so we've got 5 minutes from now. It is 5:33 on Sunday morning, so let's just get cracking. 5:38 is down tools time, and then we'll literally, it does look like it's only a bit of a thing, so we'll just work till 5:38, and then we'll down tools, and then we'll speed time up and go through and crack on. But yeah, we'll just do this realistically, just because it does take a little bit of time. The same as I frequently do it, where if anyone has noticed that I often give an extra 30 minutes when it stops raining. That's to allow the soil to start to dry. Now, on roads especially, the drying of roads is literally about 20 minutes. As a driver, I see it frequently, so I'm not making it up, but to suit myself. But it is, I'm not sure, I would imagine on fields, especially dependent upon the soil type. If it's clay soil, well, I think you're going to have cloggy soil for a while, because that is just the nature of clay. But normal soils, finer soils, they really would probably be better quicker. So we've got till 38, got 4 minutes left. Yeah, I think he's doing one last headland. There's a bit I noticed on there that's not done, and then it should join me, but they're a bit faffy, so I'm not expecting the worker to do great things. But it's a big field, so I've got to be honest, so I'm quite pleased that we're well over halfway with the headland. I always find the headland is actually bigger than you think. Frequently a third to half of the field is the headland. If you're doing more than 2, this is only 2 and it's only 4 metres, so it's not quite as simple as that, but as a rule of thumb, that's not far off. So yeah, in fact we'll do this up. I think that there's a bit of headland still to do for him, where he'll catch that last bit, I think. If not, then it's not the end of the world. 3 minutes. It should catch this bit here at the top, so we'll lift a little sooner. So look out for that. Yeah, he's going to finish there, and then hopefully it will actually. So if we go to the left, it will, even if it was going to do this, if there's one more headland turn, I don't think there is. I think it's only, he's actually done already, really, what we told him to, but he's just got that bit to finish. Then he'll think, oh, my headland's gone, hopefully. Let's get cracking. Yeah, I'm not going to time that, so we'll just crack on for 2 minutes and then speed time up, and then they go until time up to the last little bit. So yes, I've sort of gone a bit out. I'm doing quite a few episodes on Frankenmuth because I'm really wanting to see how my new production does, the impact. It's a bit of a study of have I got the how, yeah, because obviously we need honey or sugar. Yeah, I'm going to do sugar at the minute. I've got it set up for honey, but I'm going to do a sugar one as well, so that again, but that would, again, it's going to bring something else. You either need bees, and also quite a lot. I mean, my bees are super duper Italian bees that are really, really good bees. Whereas the standard bees are, I think they're lazy bees that are not very good at producing honey. So yeah, mine are quite good. So I mean, they're not silly. I've not like gone daft, because you can take liberties as a modder if you want. But again, I'm aiming for realism. So I've gone for Italian bees. I've always said that they are the best honey producers. They're a bit aggressive, but they are nevertheless for producing honey. I might get stung a few more times in producing my honey, but or I should wear one of those special apiary suits to stop being stung by the bees. But they are a bit aggressive, the Italian bees. But for producing honey, there's no bee like them. So yeah, that's what we've got. So they are slightly better, quite a bit better than the normal bees that you get. So yeah, that's I'm qualifying the reason why. So it's 37, nearly 38. This is the last row. Then we're down tools. And we'll tell the other worker to cancel 2 until this rate has stopped. So there we go. 38, no, 4 seconds. Not terrible. Patty, stop. Right, so then let's speed time up until this rate has gone. Give it an extra 30 minutes, and then we'll finish this field off and finish the session off, definitely. Ooh, I bet it's raining a bit, innit? So it stopped at 13:30. We'll take it on till 2. And probably will take a little bit longer than that, but not a lot. It's all about, obviously we don't have to do that. But we are trying to be good, really. So right, we need to set Patty off again. You won't be Patty anymore, but in fact, let's. Yeah, this is done. I don't know why the workers insist upon doing naughty things like that. And there's a damaged patch. I'll just get that little line, I think, hasn't been done. So just grab that as well as with passing, as you would, wouldn't you? And then we'll set this going down on this side of the bit that's left, and hopefully they will argue. They always like have a little hiccup and say, "Oh, I'm not doing what you say. I'm going to start where I like." I like the boys, Mr. Smith. Well, you've got to go for realism, haven't you? Oh, we missed a bit down there in that corner. We ought to check that out right now while we think about it. Oh, well, if we miss that, it's not the end of the world. It's more important to get the job done. Right, time lapse time. Let's get this finished. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. My life, they're questionable driving skills, I've got to be honest. I mean, they've just enraged the neighbour. They've gone over the dike at least twice. And they'd still not done that patch in the corner that I thought they were gunning for. And now he's going up a patch that's not needing doing. It's just ridiculous. Oh my life. Perhaps it's going to do halfway down that road. Yeah, he is as well. Oh, she is. Well, let's not, cast aspersions against the better sex, as they get called, in case it is a lady driver, but whether they were male or female. I was going to say, bad driving is not owned by either sex, so we can clearly say that person, whoever they are, whether they're male or female, is a terrible driver, and I think we can get away with that. I don't think there are many people who will defend that person, whether they are male or female, because it doesn't matter. Oh, it's Farmer Girl. Oh my life, the lady in question. Oh wow. Okay, sorry, Farmer Girl. The famous lady of the videos is the one who was driving like a maniac. Well, Oh, she's only a figurehead. Yeah, she doesn't drive any better than any of the other workers. That's down to poor programming on Giant software. Well, sorry, Giants, but it is true. As the old saying is, I was trained in the 80s, garbage in, garbage out. If you don't program well, you can't expect good results. And you do program well, I've got to be, yeah, I will say that. It's not easy, it really isn't, coming from the IT background. I'm not a programmer, but that doesn't mean to say I haven't rubbed shoulders with plenty of programmers that tell me plenty of things, and I do script as well, so I do know it's not an easy thing. And now I've got to be honest, all things considered, when you consider the size of the game and what Giants have got to do, they have done a very, very good job. I mean, I'm not going to defend them on FS25's release and all like that. That was a debacle, and there's no way, Jose, that I'm going to back Giants up for the debacle that was FS25 at the beginning. And still, even now, it's only just beginning to sort of become something that is not bad. Yeah, it's still not perfect. There's a lot of sluggishness where I think they've tried to go a little bit too good. I mean, FS22 graphics was still very, very good, so I've no idea. I will say one thing, that this new, where obviously the furrows are produced, I can't remember the proper term that is used, but that, it does add an element. It's a little like the mud mod, but I thought the mud mod was a bit too, because it never took into account that the second it started to rain, a bit like I said, you would get a few minutes where you are okay to carry on, but the mud mod, the second it started to rain, it was like terrible, and I thought, oh, this is just too much. It's like I can't get on with it, because I would have a few minutes where I'd be alright, and this is like not giving me that. So yeah, it's a good mod, but it's not a good mod. It's a bit like the hand attach. Hand attach is another thing that is a cracking mod. Really is beautiful, but there's too many vehicles that don't support it. So in the end, I usually take it off and think, ah, well, you tried, but it's not quite right. There's too many vehicles that it just doesn't work with, or that it doesn't attach this bit, and you can't use this, or yeah. And I just think it's got to be usable, and it is. Don't get me wrong. For someone who wants that kind of thing, you can hand pick your equipment, so it's not, I'm not slagging it off, it is what it is. But what I mean is, I just want to pick a piece of equipment up, so therefore it'll never work for someone like me that doesn't want to be like going to that fine tuning, because it's, you know, I would like to do the odd let's play where I'm only hand attaching. I have done it a few times, but again, always defeated by pieces of equipment where I like think, oh, just pack it in, just stop doing this now and just take it off, switch it off. And then in the end I take it off because I only want it for the odd sort of let's play, so I therefore switch it off, because it gets annoying because I've switched it on by accidents when I go into the next let's play, and then it's like wanting me to hand attached. I'm like, no. Right, so we should probably get one each. We can almost do it in one. There's a few little tiny patches, but I'd imagine on every single field in the world, when like something like this happens, that there's going to be bits that are not quite right. Yeah, well, it's too big a thing for a farmer to get it spot on. I've got to be honest, all things considered, there's only a few. Well, we'll have a look. I don't think it'll even show on the fields the fact that these little patches are like that. The one patch we know will is that corner that I will go and finish when I've done this line, and I'll let the worker go down. And then we'll see if that line on the right, like, is actually sort of showing, or that type of stuff. There's a bit there, I think, where that's, yeah, almost like quite a bit. So then let's just pull up wide a little bit once this starts going towards us, because it should actually get this, and then we can like hook back in. Yeah, we got. Jackie, you can crack on. We'll just finish this. Actually, I suppose we could get that one on the way down. That bit of a one that we can see up to the left of us is not right. It's quite a big scar, that is, of like things not done. And just any that we see on the way down, we will get. But we're not dodging in and out of the field yet. It's like, it is what it is. So think that's just, I don't know that that is one, but we'll just go over it anyway. And then we'll do that patch that we know in that corner that I thought the worker was going to go for, where they went over across the roads and then went straight across the dike. And that was questionable driving, and then they did it again, which I was like, seriously? I was almost like coming off my own line, because I was like that incredulous at the way that they were driving. I was like, what? Seriously? I remember DJ Graham saying, oh, they don't go off the field. They do now. They do now. Oh, and in a spectacular way. So yes, I'm still not sure what to do with Frankenmuth, because we have got a long-term commitment with Joan Gaming, but at the very least we will do quite a long short run, if that makes any sense at all. Yeah, we're not just going to do, this is going to be quite a few sessions I really would like to do and see the impact of this new production, and see, to sort of gauge, and obviously we need to do quite a few episodes to get that far. So I'm literally oh, I meant to lift me. Do you know, you're lethal. Right, let's have a look. How are we looking now? I would imagine actually we are, if we zoom in as well. Yeah, zooming is always the best way. Oh, that's, why is that growing already? Right, actually Jackie has seen something, but we're going to like tell, oh wait, Jackie, no. Cancel. And then set destination. Set destination about here on the soil, I'd say. You're probably going to like try to go across the fields. Oh my life. Okay, well let's just set your destination to the end of the field. Surely you can make that. Let's do it on the right side of the road. Sally. Let's see if Sally's better. Let's see Sally. So this is why, yeah, blocked by an object. I think you'll find that's what you call a front box. It's not something that you should be concerned about, Sally. Right, smashing. So there we go. That is that done, and that is another session sorted. We ought to really, if we're going to use this as a run through, we ought to make that bit there, because it's not fair. Otherwise, we literally are running over next door's garden, and that would not be fair. So let's make this a bit of a broad, about like that, say. That's a bit of a path to show willing, so we're not going to wreck anybody's like garden. That will do. Might be a slight blurring, we might catch the little edge of that a little bit, but so we don't mind the point on it. It's ours either to make up for this. So then, brilliant. Sally has completed her task and abandoned ship. No, we're gonna rip the bunny if we do it like that. So let's see if we can actually do this. Oh, we've got a bit more soup. Let's just stick this. It's very nice. I actually do like this. I don't like anything lower than 4 metre. That's down to my very bad memories on No Man's Land using the infamous. What is the manufacturer? Every time I see it, it's the Cedar, the Nordstein. That's right. I don't know that we've got it in FS25, and I don't miss it. It is a good cedar, it is. I've got to give it its due. It's just, it really was so terrible. Yeah, that it really was. Very bad memories of like my time with that heavily damaged piece of equipment that damaged so quickly, because we were given equipment that was old, so therefore it like got damaged very quickly. It was a nightmare. It really was. It was forever. And also that meant that the damage costs was terribly expensive. So I was forever, I mean it really was, that was the beginning when there were no mods to like fix anything like that. And obviously, which is something that console players have to put up with all the time. So Yeah, it's. I do feel their pain. Truly, it's horrible. The good news is, obviously, we shouldn't. Yeah, it's true. It's very rare. I often buy a weeder because, like, you think, oh, it's always you always need a weeder. Yeah, but I always plough. What I need more than that is a plough and a stone picker. This should be my, because nearly always we don't ever weed. I mean, the game did go wrong a few times, but then normal weeders didn't tend to work when that happened anyway. So, right, we'll go through to tomorrow morning. Yeah, that is true. Let's grab you. Grab that front box, we'll get this ready, and then we'll set it going as we like to say goodbye, I think, for tomorrow. So I've just very nicely put away my bits and bobs, and it's full, so we don't need to set this, it will reset itself as soon as we got to the... I'd imagine it's a vegetable planter rather than a seeder, I'm not sure. Whether this literally are seeds or whether they're plants or what. I just know they're terribly tiny, which is very useful for us. So, what was in here last? It doesn't tell you anymore, does it? It used to sort of say, oh, you had red beets in here last year. So we had... this was red beets, actually, so we'll do carrots this year in this field, I think. Obviously, I'm not going to say you're going because you're going to moan and say, oh, it's the wrong season, which it is. It isn't until tomorrow morning. So, let's go through till tomorrow. 8 o'clock in the morning. And we shall set this going. I think we're probably going to assist, though. I think we'll lease another couple of 3 meters and assist. No, actually, I know what we'll do. No, I'm being silly. Yeah, right, let's set you going. Have a look what's in the shop. 200,000. Let's have a look what is in the shop this morning. We'll do the sales, and our animals are not going to be... Oh, we have tractors. Is that like a special tractor that's got that? It is. It's not a tractor. It's not a tractor. It's a tree harvester. This is the type I'm not a massive fan of. Yeah, it is. I apologise to those who... oh, my life. 10,000. We will indeed have a BI Model 7. We'd be silly to say no, it's slightly more powerful than what we've got and slightly faster. Wow, we will indeed say yes to a second one of this. And it is actually a Deutz under license. Yeah, we have permission to actually do that. So 247 horsepower tractor just for 10 grand. Where could you get that, really? That is amazing. 74,000, 65% off. Go on, Ben. That's so expensive normally. Yeah, I would say no, thank you. But we could sell it, I suppose. We could sell all of that, couldn't we? I'm being silly. Let's do it. Right, it's true. We are in the... if we could buy all of those, I think we'll buy you as well. We don't want any options. It's still 4 grand. Right then, so let's go down the shop. And wow, 6 meter makes such a difference. It really does. Right, so let's grab the U. No. U. And oh, it's a bit misty down this end. I mean, again, that's another feature I like. Again, and people say, oh, it's annoying. Well, yeah, but it's annoying in real life as well, and that's what I'm saying. Depends on what you're going for. If you're going for realism, that's why I've gone hard economy. Hard economy is the one that most mirrors life. It's not easy, and it's not... I mean, yeah, because normal's easy, and easy is just super easy, really, isn't it? It's, to be honest, it's hard not to make it work on normal, but it isn't. You can really run out of money quickly. Right, so let's grab the... We should now be able to afford you. The Samson Agro. We don't want any options. Yeah, that will do nicely because the other person who's going to buy it off us, they can have the options. We will willingly leave that to you. We would sell a little one who would not be able to use this, but can certainly actually tow it. It's a nice little tractor, this. It's got a very nice turning circle, I think, if I remember rightly. I quite like this. Is this the Sammy? It is. Oh no, it's Samson. Agro. Oh, it's not the Sammy at all. It's a nice tractor. I've had that on one of the Let's Plays. I can't remember which one. I don't think I had it very long. So we'll sell this, and yeah, we should make quite a bit of cash. Yeah, I was deliberating at the beginning. I thought, do I do the buying and selling? I thought, well, it's a bona fide way of making cash. Of course, there is a mod on that stops you making profit, which is why I no longer have that mod. Yeah, it ruined it. I was terrible. I was losing money, and I thought, no, it's the mod. It's not a bad feature, I don't think. We've made 23,000, and we've got our beautiful little tractor. So let's grab another back as well for this, and run this across the road. Repair this little lot. So I think it might be under miscellaneous. I'm not sure if the trailer back is in trailers still for this, or whether it is all in changing. Raleigh Christie's is in miscellaneous, I think. I'm not sure if the... Oh no, it is in here. Yeah, fantastic. 48 cubic meters. Chassis colour, we will go black, and design colour, we will go red. Massey. Yeah, it's a beautiful, very nice red. 10,000 for 48 cubic meter trailer with the ability to have its doors open and stay open, so you can use it as well to let's just repair this little lot. Stick that. Now I don't think it's... Oh no, this is the IT runner one. This is owner Emery. So this one I've not tried. The Raleigh Christie one I've tried and is brilliant, but it's a bit flawed at the minute. It doesn't do its hook lift right. It's sort of doing weird things, but it is light. Yeah, much lighter. It was just almost unusable by any tractor under 400 horsepower on FS. And I did the test on a European map just to prove it as well, just because I thought I was imagining it to begin with. But yeah, doesn't pull the hook lift on, even if you put it on straight. You see, it didn't lift it. This looks like it's spot on. The Raleigh Christie one's got a bit of a glitch at the minute, so. But it is, when that is fixed, it's going to be brilliant, and I will not be not buying it in the sales as I did in FS25. I thought, no, I'm not having you. You are just too much of a beast that is untamable. A bit like our dolly that we need to swap out, really. So we want to repair. Yes, and we want to repair. Yes, absolutely amazing. So we're now 4 tractors, and this is 247 horsepower, under license, made by BI Industries in our colours. And yeah, it's under license. So we'll take this across, and I believe that's probably not a bad place to leave it, actually. Yeah, so all that remains to be said is, in fact, I'll do this on camera. Yeah, we're going to lease the Pilatus. It's big. It is. Maxima. Yeah, so we want Pilatus. I need to make that back into its proper self as well. I've changed the price because I thought, if that's 77,000, why are you paying 77 for that? So do you know something? We're actually going to lease that one. 6 metre, the same as the other one. We will indeed lease it for that. We can actually still take what we've got now and run it across. Yeah, so this will be across the other side, because we can indeed put this on our front link for carrying. Obviously, it would be a bit of a stretch. Maybe a bit of a stretch even for this, but... Right, so I am going to say my words. Yes, I'm going to get that done next session. So all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.